And we're back. How are you, mate?
I'm well. And how are you, mate?
I'm good.
We made it to the introduction episode.
That's right. So what's this podcast about?
Well, this is a meandering conversation between you and I, discussing a range of books, documentaries, movies, and different things that have caught our interest.
Whatever's caught our interest, really, isn't it?
Yeah, we're curious people, I guess.
Yeah. And we love to read. So we knock over probably 30 books a year each. And, you know, it's probably how our friendship started, is talking about just interesting things we've read, watched, thought, and the stuff we've taken out of it. So we wanted to start recording these conversations and kind of putting it out there as a bit of a personal challenge, and hopefully it provides people some value too.
Yeah, and so we hope to also pull out some practical takeaways.
Yeah.
We don't want to be a book summary. We're not a book summary service, but we are providing some of the meat that really struck a chord with us out of each of these books.
Something tangible and practical that you can actually use, because there's a lot of philosophizing out there, but you know, I certainly like to think of myself as a doer, and that's why I read books. I want to use them to kind of improve my life through new ideas.
And in the doing, we're going to keep each other accountable along the way.
Yes.
So I'll be calling you out. You'll be calling me out. If we're not sticking to what we say, we're going to stick to at the end of each episode.
That's it. So we'll check back in on the stuff that we say we're going to implement from each of our episodes.
So where did it start? Where did all of this come about?
Yeah, so it started probably when we met a couple of years ago. We got chatting about, you know, books and stuff. We're both civil engineers, so we met each other on a large infrastructure project. And we just started hanging out and talking for hours about this different stuff. And then we started a two-man book club.
And it stayed a two-man book club for about 3 months.
Yes.
Until it was no longer.
And then we thought, well, why don't we start recording these things? And it's been almost a 1.5 year journey to kind of get to this point where we're doing the introduction now. And we've recorded a bunch of episodes and we're finally ready to put them out there.
We've brought up the courage to get them out there.
That's right.
So hopefully what we've produced now is something that's of good caliber and listenable, and is something that, you know, we're proud to put out there. So what about you, Lockie? You said you're an engineer.
Yeah, so I grew up in Melbourne, in Blackburn in the eastern suburbs, and then did an engineering degree and went into civil construction. So that's my profession. And about 5 years ago, I started my own business with 2 business partners, and we're an engineering consultancy. And that kind of spurred on my learning and reading too, because I've been teaching myself how to be a business owner and run a business, having no training in it. We've managed to survive and grow quite strongly. So we're now a 35-person company 5 years later, and we're pretty proud of that, and I've learned a lot from the stuff I've read and kind of brought together. On a personal front, I live in Preston in the north now with my wife Christy, a dog and 2 chickens.
You're a family man.
That's it. We've got a bit of a farm going at home. So.
I haven't got to the back to my Bendigo roots and building a farm as yet. But
tell me about you.
Yeah, so we're in the process of moving overseas with my partner, but originally started out as an engineer, just like you. Went down the construction path as well, which is how we happened to meet on a big infrastructure project here in Melbourne. And then shortly after, took a bit of a career leap out into management consulting. Still focused around some infrastructure stuff, but, you know, moving out into some other spaces too.
New challenges,
new skills, and then have recently taken another bit of a leap and giving the overseas a go, trying a bit more of the freelance life and some of the trials and tribulations that come with getting to a place of existence of being able to provide some food on the table in doing that. So hopefully we can share a little bit of both of our journeys along the way.
Yeah, the great adventure. Well, we hope you enjoy this podcast, and love to hear your feedback, and we look forward to recording more.
And we'll see you in the next episode.